It has become the tradition on the first Sunday of the opening weekend of the Scotties, the Sandra Schmerler Telethon. Hello, Canada, and welcome back to Grand Prairie and this year's telethon. This, of course, is the legacy of the great curler, Sandra Schmerler, three-time Canadian, three-time world and Olympic gold medalist. Wonderful curler, but more importantly, she was a wonderful mother, and this is her legacy. It's all about supporting neonatal care centers right across the country. You have been wonderful in the past in making your donations. We hope you will do more of that today. We're with you all day because, as we know, champions start small.
We are underway at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts today. The new wave from Nova Scotia is looking to turn heads in this new field. The question is, how far can they carry that wave? Carrie Einarson and her squad from Manitoba are up for the task on the national stage. The eyes of a province, the curiosity of a nation will be fixed on Team Manitoba. Draw 3 from Grand Prairie, next. Welcome back to Revolution Place, home of this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts. There's a look at the Canadian Junior Champion from 2004, Jill Brothers, leading Team Nova Scotia. She's up against three-time Manitoba Mixed Champion, Carrie Einarson, making her Scotties debut as skip for Team Manitoba. It is Sunday morning at the Scotties. Glad you're watching our coverage on TSN. Brian Mutrick, Kathy Gauthier with you. Over the last 15 years or so, these provinces have been so strong at the Scotties, led by Jennifer Jones and Colleen Jones. But there's some new blood this year, led by Carrie Einarson, who lost back-to-back provincial titles in Manitoba, but now she's here looking to shine on the national stage.
Well, as a fan of curling, we're really excited to see this youth movement coming through. And for Carrie, she knows that if Jennifer doesn't happen to win this year, she will be back and wants to take advantage of every opportunity that she's got.
This was last night, her opening game. What kind of shots can we expect from Carrie all week long?
Just like this. She's very Jennifer-like in that she likes the big shot, loves rocks in play, sees the angles really well. That could cause some problems for Nova Scotia this morning.
High fives for Carrie as she wins her opener over BC, who came through in the pre-competition and qualified for the main event. On the left, you see all the teams opening with the win. On the right, you see the teams opening with a loss. That includes Team Nova Scotia. Now, keep in mind, Jill Brothers was under the weather yesterday for Nova Scotia's debut. They lost that game. They have their skipper back, and she's feeling a lot better. Well,
she is. The difference, or I guess the difficulty for the team from Nova Scotia this morning is they struggled in that outing against Saskatchewan. Part of that was their first game, part without their skip. But for Jill, she's coming into the third day of the event, quite frankly, Brian, and it is her first game. A little bit of sea legs, perhaps, for Nova Scotia this morning.
So Einarson looking for win number 2 here in Grand Prairie at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Jill Brothers making her Scotties debut at skip this morning. All the action at Revolution Place. It's also Sandra Schmerler Day on TSN. All the coverage coming up next from Grand Prairie. First Rock, next.
The 2016 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towels. Nothing absorbs like it. The 2016 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
All 4 sheets in play on this Sunday morning at the Scotties. Our feature matchup on Sheet A, Manitoba taking on Nova Scotia. Great start for Team Alberta and Chelsea Carey as she knocked off the defending champions Jennifer Jones in her opener. She'll face Newfoundland and Labrador this morning over on Sheet B. Sheet C, Saskatchewan taking on Jen Hanna and Team Ontario. And the defending champs, Jennifer Jones, will look for win number 1 against Suzanne Burt over on Sheet D. It is arm bumps because there is a little bit of flu going around already at this year's events. It's time to meet the teams. It's brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice as we meet Team Nova Scotia. Great to see the skip. Jill Brothers back. She wasn't feeling well yesterday. She leads this team. Third is Sarah Murphy. Second is Jennifer Bryan. And the lead is Terry Udo. For Team Manitoba, the skip is Carrie Einarson. Selena Cates is the third. Coming in at second is Brianne Mayer. Lead is Kristen McCush, and Brianne is playing today because Liz Fife, the usual second, is not feeling well. Rock colors this morning. It is Team Nova Scotia throwing the Red Stones, Manitoba the Yellowstones. The draw to the button won by Team Nova Scotia. To leading us off this morning is the lead for Team Manitoba. They're out of the East St. Paul Curling Club in East St. Paul, Manitoba. It is Kristen McCush.
Lots of junior experience on this team.
There it goes.
Kristen was at a Scotties as fifth for Jennifer Jones.
Yep.
Jill Officer is her aunt, and so that was a very natural selection.
Right back.
That was in 2013 at Kingston. And now she's here on her own merit, which I'm sure she's much happier about.
Yep.
34-year-old lead, Terry Udo.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, Jen. Slow, Jen. Other way.
Well, they have to be feeling a little bit more confident to look down the ice and see their skip. And we look at the plans for the game, and for Carrie Einarson and her team from Manitoba, they played so well. So when you're ready, go after this Nova Scotia team that came off a loss and maybe isn't feeling quite ready. And when we look at the Nova Scotia team, go at your own pace, Jill. Don't get forced into an aggressive game by Manitoba. Keep it simple. This is your first game. You're coming off being sick. When you're ready, that's the time to play.
Keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Great, sweet. Got 10. Just a hair more weight, Tara. Okay. Little more. Clean it. Yep, clean. Yep. Easy. Whoa. Okay, 9-5. It's good. Nice.
Want to welcome in Steph Ledrew, who I got to work with at the juniors in Stratford. And Steph, you're going to be watching this Nova Scotia team closely this morning.
Well, it's something that's fitting to point out actually on this Sandra Schmerler Telethon Day is that something that's very unique to women's curling is that we have so many athletes out here that are mothers. On our sheet alone, we actually have Carrie Einarson, who's a mother of twins, and on Team Nova Scotia, Jill Brothers and Bliss Joyce, both mothers of babies that are still nursing age, and they're here with them this week. So they're really going to have to rely on their support network so that they can get the rest they need in order to perform.
Thank you, Steph. And that's such a tough juggling act. Brothers has a 10-month-old son, Casey, and also Joyce has a son, Oscar, the same age. So such a big thing, Kathy, and you've done it. You've been a curler, you've raised kids and had to juggle that, and you can speak to that. It's very tough.
Well, you know what? I think that, we look at a team and we think 4 players out there on the ice, and we've talked already about bench strength this week with fifths and coaches. But really, teams now are closer to 15 or 20 when you add your sports psychologist and you add your physical trainer, all of those things. And if you have children, your network has to be some really wonderful spouses, really wonderful parents or family that are going to, in the case of the Nova Scotia babies, where they're very little, that will be here the entire week and that will take your babies at night so that you can sleep a little bit and still be a mom. It is a little bit harder to do everything at the same time, but it certainly can be done. So hats off to all of the families that support all of these curlers so these women can chase their dreams. And about the headgear, well, that's not a styling guy.
Well, the good news is I don't think it's going to rain inside the building.
Let's hope not.
If it does, we're all in trouble.
Clean. Clean's good. Okay, 9-2.
Jennifer Bryan with the hit. Now, this Nova Scotia team, actually, they had a plan coming in because of that situation with a few new moms and being busy in those schedules. Throughout the entire tournament here at the Scotties, and talking with Jill before, Jennifer Bryan and Bliss Joyce will alternate games at that second position. So that's really the only change. What was not on the radar was that they had to alternate the skip out in Jill Brothers yesterday for the debut because Jill wasn't feeling well. Yesterday it was Sarah Murphy skipping the team, but they will have that rotation, and that was part of their game plan to begin the Scotties.
Well, it is very European to do that, but one of the advantages, even though they don't do that at the skip level, is that the team is used to change. They're used to different people coming in, different ways of communicating, and so you have to believe that that Nova Scotia team would have adjusted much better to the absence of their skip than a team that's just not used to any change whatsoever.
9.
The nice thing about yesterday is that Sarah was a former skip, so for her to step back into that role, it wasn't really that much out of her comfort zone.
8-8. Okay, good.
And just to wrap a bow up on that point, Jill had said if we didn't have that rotation, we wouldn't have played. It just wouldn't have happened because we didn't have the time. So really they're used to it, and without that rotation, they wouldn't have gotten to this point anyways. So they're making it work, and it has worked as they're on the national stage here.
So we look at Selena. She was at the Canadian Juniors with Shannon Burchard back in 2012, lost the final. Won a gold medal for the University of Manitoba in CIS, playing for Brianne Meakin.
Good.
And shout out to Brianne Meakin, recently engaged. Her and Kelly Knapp will tie the knot next summer.
Throw on the save.
And she will move to Regina. So Saskatchewan, you have a new import coming into curl. I'll be looking for some green colors on Brianne in the future. I'm sure.
Same. Easy. Hair more.
And there is 29-year-old Sarah Murphy, back throwing the third stones today.
9. Good. Good. Nice throw, Sarah. 9.
What I would say so far is this is success for Nova Scotia. They come out here after a bit of a struggle yesterday against Saskatchewan, missing their skip. Their team is back. They won the draw to the button to get some confidence, and they have decided how this first end will play out, keeping it very simple.
Yeah. You got it, Carrie.
Carrie leads a pretty young team at the Scotties as well. She's just 28 years of age, finally cracking through to play in the Scotties. Selena's 24. Liz, who isn't feeling well, that usually plays second, she's 28. Kristen, the lead, 23. And Brianne, who is playing, is 23. So a lot of youth on this team and a bright future for this team if they stick together.
No, to sweep more inside the rock to get it to cross sweep in the other side of it.
Interesting discussion. Brianne Mayer has played third for a number of players in her past. In fact, this year at the Provincial Scotties, played third for Kathy Overton Clapham. But she's not used to running up and down and sweeping as much, and certainly not with this team. A little hint you heard Carrie say to Selena, let her know to sweep the other side if we're trying to make it move.
Wait's nice. 9.
Yep, Carrie.
Yep.
Hard, Carrie.
Yep. Hard, Carrie. Hard. Hard.
Hard, Carrie.
Good stick, Carrie.
Good, Jill.
Good job. Let's see if I sing it out.
Okay.
And you saw that graphic of
You got it.
Jill's previous Scotties experience. And of course, we knew her as Jill Mauser when she was a junior as well and won that national title. Now, Jill Brothers.
What? Well,
You got it.
It's pretty close. 5. That's 4.
Okay,
Mine's
mine's
good.
fine. Easy.
Not
Easy.
good.
Not for
good chance for Carey to find draw weight. Does not have to be precise, but you have to know that she's looking for the forefoot. Her sweepers are trying to make sure that they can read what that weight will be like. And so it seems like you just toss it in the paint, but that's something Carey will park in her mind about what that felt like if she has to make a precise draw.
Sweeping corner on the other side. You're sweeping
on the
to,
inside.
yeah, more on the inside. You're sweeping more on the outside to get it to curl.
So just when you're trying to curl the rock?
Yeah.
When
Like
you yell
sweep on the
Brienne.
side,
That's like you're trying to curl it too. So like if this is the rock and it's curling this way, like try to curl or try to sweep on the inside of the rock.
A free sweeping lesson brought to you by Team Manitoba. Final stone here in the first from Jill Brothers, trying to keep the hammer and play the blank.
Jen. Yeah, go Jen. Jen. Alright, Terry. Good Jill.
And it rolls enough to spill out of the ring, so a successful blank for Jill Brothers.
Oh, it works.
Out of the Mayflower Clearing Club in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And just a reminder, a special day here on TSN. It is Sandra Schmerler Day. Helping babies in crisis across Canada. Please call the number on your screen and make a donation.
44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2016 Ford Edge Sport in the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. That number trimmed down to just 2. The final, PEI's Robin Green against Team Canada's Jennifer Jones. And Jones, the 5-time Scotties champion, came up so big in that final round, almost perfect, scoring 29 of a possible 30 points. So, Jennifer Jones wins the Ford Hot Shots, and with it, a 2-year lease on the Made in Canada 2016 Ford Edge Sports.
Jennifer Jones, Team Canada on the ice this morning against PEI, and we bring in Steph LeDrew for an update. Steph.
Hey, Brian. Well, Suzanne Bird actually hit and rolled out on her first one, which allowed the opportunity for Canada to sink a second rock behind cover on the center line. So this leaves with Suzanne Bird only the lid against 2.
Suzanne winning her opener against Newfoundland and Labrador. Little rub on that front redstone, so just a single stolen point for Team Canada. So Jennifer Jones did pick up a steal of 1 there, so a 1-0 advantage for Team Canada. Suzanne Bird still has the hammer there in second in. Beautiful building. Revolution Place hosted the Women's Worlds back in 2006. A blank in the first end. And that has been a common theme, at least for our broadcast games, Kathy. Every game we've covered so far, they blanked the first. So hammer remains with Jill Brothers out of the Mayflower in Halifax.
Well, and as we talked at the beginning of the show, Brian, I think that for Carey Einarson, she's going to want to get things moving in this game. But for Jill Brothers, coming off being ill and starting her Scotties debut this year, I think that that was a really wise choice to keep that first stand very simple. And now we'll go if she has the opportunity.
Pretty close. 5, 6, 6. Dusty. Take a look. There it goes. 14-3.
Brianne Mayer will draw into the 8th, but we actually did see Brianne in action last night, but under different circumstances. She came into the game because Manitoba had a very commanding lead, so she got in some ice time, and that was actually pretty good fortitude considering that Liz not feeling well, so she's back into game action today.
Close, yep. Hard, Sarah. Hard, yep. Hard for nose. Hard. Okay.
9-3.
Yeah. I still like a 10 here, I think. Control. Okay, got it.
Hitting that stone because not only can Nova Scotia decide that they want to go around it, it is also something that is a very splittable stone if Manitoba were to ignore it and then not have draw weight.
Whoa, whoa, not curling yet.
So not risking a lot without hammer.
Hard, Selena! Hard, Selena! Go, 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 go! Okay. Good.
So with that nose by Brienne, Nova Scotia going right after Manitoba, trying to utilize that corner guard. You can see how much ice she's taking, showing that this morning it is moving as much, if not more, than it has all day yesterday. Jamie has created some really ideal conditions.
Close. No line.
Jamie Barassa is our head ice technician this week here at the Scotties.
Terry? Yep. Try to finish. Yep. Go, 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 go.
Well, and he really knows the building. We've talked about it, Brian. We've seen him earlier this year, well, December, I guess, last year for the Canada Cup. He's been here for provincial championships. And so it's not only knowledge of ice making, which he clearly does have in stones, it also is the building. And that is always the unknown for ice makers. If they're going into a new place, as we look at Jamie, what it will do when the humidity rises, what will happen. And you told me this morning on the way here that it is supposed to get much warmer this week.
Yep.
Hard! Hard! Hard, go, go, go. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, you got it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Good, sweet.
And now a little opportunity here for Jill Brothers with that miss. The chance for her 2 with hammer here, certainly in play.
Yep. It's nice. Easy. Clean yet? No. Jen, get ready. Yep, Jen, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, good. Good, Sarah.
Right on the nose to lie 2.
Let's start. 9. Hit.
Selena looking for that double. Stagger is good for that. Very similar to shots that they played in the hot shots 2 days ago.
9. Maybe a little more.
24-year-old Selena Cates. As Selena makes the roll over and actually underneath and will spin out. We get an update from Steph, Newfoundland, Labrador, and Alberta.
An early jam by Team Newfoundland and Labrador here left Alberta sitting 2 for most of the end, just trading hits, not leaving a double, though, for Newfoundland at any time. So this is a hit for a possible 2 for Team Alberta.
Well, and this Alberta team certainly had the crowd alive yesterday afternoon in that victory over Jennifer Jones.
Good. Nice throw.
And Chelsea Carey on the nose, so she'll pick up 2, and it's still kind of weird seeing Chelsea Carey in those Alberta colors, but as her confidence grows here and the wins pile up, I'm sure she's loving it just fine getting this home province support. So an early lead for Chelsea Carey, Team Alberta.
You know, Brian, I think with the rule that you can have a DH, if you will, somebody come in without even pretending that they live in your province, we're going to see a lot more of that. Now, in Chelsea's case, she moved to Alberta, but in, you know, some news coming out of Manitoba, Christy Jenyon's taking some time off, and Michelle Englot from Saskatchewan is coming to skip that team. So there's somebody that we're always used to seeing in green, but if they would win, we'd be having that same conversation, and I think that is going to be the future.
Yeah. You got it.
So those 2 stones very flat, no double for Carey, but looking for a roll, trying to group stones if she can. Maybe there'll be a double on her second. That's the theory.
Her slide's almost like a modified touch. She gets down pretty low with her delivery. Urging on her sweepers, how much can she roll? Not a lot. She has shot stone in the 4.
10? I think so. Okay.
And for Jill, would love to hit this and roll to the right as we look
Try to
at
get a
this
little
screen.
flip your way, Tara.
Yeah.
Keep lots of separation between those two stones.
Weight's nice.
You see there the website and the phone number at the bottom of the screen. Sandra Schmerler Day here on TSN, helping babies in crisis across Canada. We'll be talking about that all day long here in Grand Prairie as Jill does not get the roll she was looking for and actually spills right out. So a missed opportunity there.
I thought I was out.
No, I don't. It wasn't a bad on the broom. It just didn't hold like anything else. And I just cleared my watch, but I think you're.
I would suggest that Jill is hitting
Right,
the broom, but she's very soft on her release, Ryan, so she doesn't throw a lot of rotation for the arena ice. And we talk about the teams that don't have the opportunity to play on that. She's icing based on what it will do, but without a really crisp rotation, her rocks will essentially float towards the target, and that's why she's getting that extra movement.
So that lets Carrie Einarson off the hook a little bit here if she can make this red stone go away and avoid the jam. And she does.
That's good. Good sweep, guys. Yeah, that one just seemed to grab a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Sarah said it was a good throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your weight was good.
Yeah. A little firm on this one.
The focus in the routine and in the hack and the delivery. Final stone here in 2 from Jill Brothers, trying to blank once again.
Jen?
I don't think so.
Trying to get a piece of this yellow stone. Got to move it enough.
Go, 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 go.
Murphy's got to push and push a little harder.
Okay, Jill.
And a mistake from Nova Scotia. So it looked like a possible 2 for Jill Brothers. Turns into a steal for Carrie Einarson. Manitoba on the board, up 1-0. Just a reminder, Sandra Schmerler Day, helping babies in crisis. Kathy O, John Mead, ready to answer your calls.
Welcome back, everyone, to Grand Prairie and the Sandra Schmerler Telethon. It's, of course, become customary on this opening Sunday of the first weekend to honor the great Sandra Schmerler, who passed away, surprisingly, it's gone quickly, 16 years ago, and this all in her memory. Look at what you've done so far, $21,100. Thank you so much. This is the 15th year of the telethon, and so far you have contributed some $2 million, and that, all of it, and be assured that 100% of your donation goes directly to where it's needed most, and that is neonatal care centers right across the country. Now, 41 hospitals have been helped so far, and in fact, one of them very close to me where I live in Orillia, the Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital, this past summer received a check for $60,000 so they could themselves have a neonatal care center to keep the babies closer to their respective families. So that's what this is all about. It's helping babies and children in need. And as we always say, we know that champions start small. Thank you so very much.
Vic, thank you very much. You saw the website, you saw the number. Please keep the donations coming. Glad you're watching our coverage here on TSN. Sunday morning at the Scotties. Brian Mutra, Kathy Gauthier with you. And a few unforced errors by Jill Brothers in that second end, allowing Carrie Einarson to steal her single. So Brothers does have hammer. Throwing the red stones here in 3.
Well, just going back to our cause for today, the Sandra Schmerler Foundation, you know, as
I'm not
parents,
sure.
as I'm
It's
looking
right here.
at
I
Carrie
look and it's not. But
on the right with 2-year-old twins,
Can we get a...
as we'll watch for an official to come out. It is the only time that you can ask for a measure during the course of the end, and that's when those stones and the clock
Play the
should
game
be
more.
stopping. They're running, but they should be stopped.
Haven't done one of these all season or last year
they've just
or the
stopped.
year before.
Because obviously if that stone is in, it's something that Nova Scotia may want to run back. And if it's not, then that's something they'll have
Exactly.
to work
Yeah.
around. Well, keeping in mind when you're standing over it, gosh, that's close. Just showing that there is daylight between the measure, which is on the bottom, not the
My eyes
top.
weren't that wrong. Let's go. That wrong. Sometimes you sway a little this way, a little that way.
And just to finish the thoughts, you know, we started the show with Steph talking about the mums on the Nova Scotia team. Carrie, a mom of twins. And, you know, as parents, when your children are born, the only thing that you want is them to be healthy. And when there's something wrong, whether they're very small or they have struggles, you just want to feel confident that someone will take care of them in the best way that is possible. And to have that baby in your own community and close is huge. So whatever you can do to help. I know that both of my kids were born as beasts, but Jacques did have trouble right away and was in ICU for a while. And I was just so grateful that I didn't have to be away from home and that he was very close until he was able to move out of that. Just sliding that little bit deep. I think Nova Scotia may be a little shook by the end of that last end when it looked all the way through that they would be in good shape. There's that little one. It's all about you today, my little friend.
Wait's all there. 7. Whoa.
You going to name your first child after me?
8. Are we bumping this one? Yep.
Do I have to answer that?
I don't know what scared you more, having
I
a
don't
child
want to
or
name. I don't
naming
want to
it
name
up?
my kid annoying. I mean, that would be terrible, right?
Beauty.
Oh, I'm just kidding, Kathy. Kathy's a lovely name. My godmother's name is Kathy. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. 9.
Now that she can run that stone back,
9.
way too much yellow granite building up behind there for Jill's comfort.
9. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, yep. Hard. Hard.
And Jennifer touches all the yellows, gets them going. Nice shot.
Great shot, Jen.
Very nice. Opened up the front, left her own stone tight, got both of those stones out of the 4-foot and moving.
Hard. Beauty. Great shot, Jen.
Very nice.
Feel like hitting it?
Such a mental game, too, for Jennifer Bryan, who really only plays every second game because that's part of their rotation. When you get your opportunity, you want to come in and you really want to be sharp and support your team.
A little bit more, if anything. Yeah.
Has to be so tough, though, Kathy. Imagine if you were told, listen, Kath, it's part of our rotation. You got to sit. She's shaking her head at me in the booth. I haven't even finished it. And she's shaking her head at me, looking at me like, what are you talking about? But you're a competitor.
That's it. And, you know, back in the day when I played baseball as a pitcher, so you don't get to play every game. And I knew that, but it was a struggle. And I take my hat off because I think that the rotation has a lot of merit sometimes. But you have to be mentally prepared to sit and mentally prepared to go in the next draw after missing and to be as good as someone who has played nonstop. So it's not for everyone.
And the other end to that, imagine if you have a tough game and you struggle a little bit, then
Yes.
What you want to do is come back and improve on that. If you got to sit, think about that and then wait for your turn to improve.
I agree 100%.
Okay. Okay.
Just misses getting right to the nose to run it back. It did move it off the forefoot, though.
Yeah.
Even if you're full 12, that's okay. Okay.
So, Kathy, I want to throw a stat at you, and you tell me what you think this speaks to the Manitoba team. Manitoba, they've scored 11 points so far this week. 8 have been stolen.
Well, and that is significant. That's a huge number, actually. But what that speaks volumes to is the comfort of Manitoba to have a lot of rocks in play. Best way to steal is to ensure that your stones are in the house. It makes it tough if somebody rolls out. There's other stones. This is a great example this end. Manitoba already lying a couple, drawing to lie 3.
Okay. Okay.
They do love rocks.
Time for an update. We check in on Saskatchewan and Ontario, and after a couple of blanks, do we have some scoring here, Steph LeDrew?
We do. Jen Hanna has her work cut out for her after a jammed hit attempt on her first. It leaves Saskatchewan sitting 2 buried, and this is a tough tap against 2. She's got to get a piece of the forefoot with this.
Hard! Whoa, whoa, go, go, go. Jesus.
And not the angle they were looking for, and that stone continues to slide through, so a steal of 2 for Team Saskatchewan. Jen Hanna back at the Scotties for the first time since 2005, where she made the final. And Jolene Campbell back at the Scotties, her first time as a skip. She won her opener, so a good start for Jolene and her team.
We're just one, but...
And our colleague and buddy, Russ Howard, very interested in that Saskatchewan game. Russ, well, we don't see him get out of bed that often early in the morning.
Well,
but
no, I said that to him when he walked in the booth.
What are you doing here?
Why are you here?
I thought I was fired or you were, Kathy. I wasn't sure which, but Russ is obviously cheering on his daughter, Ashley, who's in her first ever Scotties. So, pretty proud dad.
There's Ash. And you know what? How nice for Russ. You know, there's so much history in that family of curling. He's been with her, whether it was a junior career or not. But pretty cool to be able to sit in the crowd and just cheer for your daughter.
And you know the feeling, because both of your kids have been very successful curling junior in Manitoba.
Well, they have. Both Gaetan and Jacques had a good year, and I'm hoping for even better results next year.
9, clean. Whoa.
He needs that Matt Dunstone character to grow up quick, right?
Jeez, yeah. Tell you, they lost that 1-1 game, and I don't think Jacques couldn't have been happier to say bye. Good luck to you, brother.
Well, with our feature matchup, you can argue the same with Nova Scotia and young Mary Fay. What a player she is.
So good. So exciting. And that goes back a couple of years ago, I think, to Liverpool when she first really burst on the scene. And I remember Vic covering it at that time and just saying that he thought she was the wonder kid. And she sure has demonstrated that this year.
Do you guys like the draw?
She won the National Junior Championship this year for Nova Scotia. Not only that, then went to the Olympic Youth Games and won a gold medal for Canada, and will wear that Canadian jacket once again at the World Juniors. So best of luck to her team, and of course Matt Dunstone as well off to the Worlds, and Matt losing in a men's provincial final. What a player he is.
Well, as we look at this Nova Scotia team, I think you said that Jill had said to you, you know, Mary Fay can just stay in juniors, but don't forget with the rules now, you are eligible to play in both juniors and women, and I think with the youth Olympic Games this year, Mary Fay focused just on juniors, but it will be interesting to see if she will turn her hat and to her eyes to the Scotties.
Nice, Sarah.
This year it was Jill beating Marianne Arsenault in the provincial final in Nova Scotia.
Sorry, I poked you out on my first one. Do
you like just the freeze, or? I think we can get to it.
Yeah?
Because she wasn't close. She was on this side center when she came around. Hey?
Yeah. So as long as we even roll to here,
yeah.
or even we just got to punch it to here.
Yeah, we're kind of like back
I think
line.
back line.
Like even if you hit it to here, we're still 1, 2, 3.
So you heard Selena saying she wasn't even close, referring to the guard. Even though that stone is completely buried as you look at it, Selena's feeling was that when the rock went by the guard. It had so much space, so with just tap weight, they feel they can get to it and tap it back.
We just got to push it to the back 8. Okay. Do you like that ice, or do you think it's too much?
While Carey settles in, we'll check in on Team Alberta facing Newfoundland and Labrador, Steph.
Well, this all started with a nice hit and roll by Chelsea Carey on her first one. You see that yellow rock in the forefoot. That was rolled buried. Stacey Curtis unable to remove that on her first. So capped off with a guard, and now she's got the lid for one.
And there you see that shot stone, that yellow stone there in the forefoot. Not a brush to it, though. This needs to slow down, and it slides too far. So a steal for Chelsea Carey. She leads 3-0 there after 3. Thank you, Steph.
Oh, great shot. She was concerned in the hack, was Carey, that it might have been too much, but that was the kind of weight that she had talked about throwing.
We can't switch there. What? We can't switch once it gets to that line. Yeah. It's okay.
She's talking about the sweeping.
She isn't, indeed. They thought that it was starting to move, but once it starts to break, it's just, you can't afford to get off of it because it goes so hard. They just got by the guard.
Sounds good. That is. Love the precision.
As we look at Carey, she's so proud to be here representing Manitoba. We just had the update from Alberta, and we talked off the top her 2 losses in provincial finals back-to-back, 1-2 Chelsea Carey and 1-2 Jennifer Jones. Jill Brothers with her first here in 3.
Oh, Terry! Yep. Hard, Terry! Yep.
Make the hit, little roll. And will it hang around for shot stone? It will not.
They're hard to call.
Yeah. It's a hard spot.
5-10. Do you like that ice? Yeah. Like, even if we're here, that's okay. Yeah. Shouldn't have a double or anything. It just goes into there. You got it, Carey. 5, probably ask Kristen.
Well, Steph, welcome to the morning draws. We're working you hard here on a Sunday morning, aren't we?
Earning my keep.
What's going on?
Well, Canada utilizing their corner guards very well this end. All the play has been around the corner for most of it. At one point, they're buried behind the corner and frozen to another rock back 12 sitting 2. So Suzanne Burt forced to blast that one that was frozen, and now an open opportunity for 2 points for Team Canada.
Please. A little less.
I know it's early. Obviously, there was just one game played, but it's very rare to see Team Canada at the bottom of the standings at 0-1. You know Jennifer Jones is going to roar back and get hot at some point this week. Did that roll too far, Steph?
Oh, maybe.
They got their hand up. It looks...
What? Yeah.
I heard 2 red.
Thought I was a little less.
So some nervous moments, but Jennifer Jones with a 3-1 advantage after 3, trying to pick up her first win here in Grand Prairie. And in her feature matchup, the other Manitoba skip, she is coming to play this morning. Carey Einarson putting a little bit of heat here on Jill Brothers.
I don't mind just a hair more. Yeah.
Well, for Jill, it's tough because not only is this a draw against 2, and I think that her confidence is probably not as high as she would like it to be, but this is also her first draw.
14-7. Okay.
As Jill gets set again, you heard Carey say one more time, we got to be careful with that switch. Is that just one of those little details that you have to stay on top of?
It is, but it's also one of those things that for Carey, they brought on Brianne Mayer as a 5th player. Probably didn't spend a lot of time working together, playing any games together, and so Brianne is not used to how this team goes. So Brianne is switching based on what they would have done with Kathy O, and I think that what Carey's feeling is that in the process of switching, they're making the rock do things that they don't particularly want it to do.
There it goes.
Big draw here for Jill Brothers. Final stone, drawing against 2. Udall and Bryan on the brush.
Go, go, go.
That is how you give your skipper some confidence. How about right on the button, back button. actually slid a little bit farther than they probably wanted it to. I thought it was fine. Some nervous moments for Jill Brothers, but a lovely draw as she picks up her single. And we're tied up at 1 here on Sandra Schmerler Day on TSN. It is Sandra Schmerler Day on TSN. There's the number to call, and there's Christy Moore, a former World Junior champ. She's competed in the Scotties. She's from the Grand Prairie area, but if you ask Christy, Kathy, probably one of Christy's highlights of her curling career were the 1999 Alberta Provincials, where she sat at the banquet table with Brian Nugent.
Oh, brother. I was riveted for about 3 minutes there.
Or maybe not. Welcome back to our feature matchup, Nova Scotia, Manitoba. What a lovely draw from Jill Brothers. She had to draw against 2, found the back 4 and held on. I thought she was going to put it right in the hearts, but boy, oh boy, that just kept sliding, but did stop in time for her single, so a 1-1 game.
Well, Jamie did say earlier in the week that his goal was to get it to about 15 between the hogs, and definitely yesterday a couple of times we got 13 nines, and that was a bit surprising to the teams out there as well. It is as close to 15 this morning as we've seen, and that's often the case. It's colder in the building, fewer people, but they're trickling in just because it's a Sunday morning.
Close. Back 4. Whoa, easy. How much? Back 4. Okay, whoa. Back 8.
We're slide.
Yeah. What did you say?
I thought she was saying 9. That's why I started to
Oh.
Okay, you got it. Kelly. Oh, 5 on this side. Okay, 4.
Just don't dump it in the spot.
Yeah, just let us know when we can go if we need to.
Kristen McCush leads stones for Team Manitoba. I got to see actually a really cool little sit-down interview with her and Jill Officer, if you're just joining us. She's the niece of Jill, and she said she's more like a sister figure than she is an auntie, but they have such a cool relationship, and that'll be a really fun dynamic to see. They have a really tight-knit relationship together. And
I think that's age. You know, they're so close in age. It's not a traditional aunt that's, you know, 30 years older than you. Same passion as we look at Jill.
95.
And a great family. Jill is a sister, and these are both her sister's children. Kristen, and the son is Brendan McCush, and he played for Matt Dunstone when he went to the Worlds the first time for Canada. So a very curling family. You have to know Christmas dinners have lots of salt and pepper shakers, and in turns and out turns as a discussion topic, which is always lots of fun.
And to that point as well, Liz Fife, who is sick and not in the lineup, her father is Vic Peters, who is a Brier champion. And that is one that Jennifer Bryan would like back.
Yes, a little bit.
Where?
Yep. Yeah, a bit.
Now early. Hard. 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 Whoa. Wait only.
Line's good.
Line's great. Selena.
Only weak.
Selena. Hard. Whoa. Yep,
Whoa.
yep.
Gotta finish it.
Yep.
Good.
Very nice. That a girl.
That's great draw weight, great position.
You could come here. Thanks.
Joe, what if we try to run, but if we just open it, then that's fine.
What, run?
Yeah. That way at least opens
Kudos
up
to
the
Brienne
floor.
as well, because as of last night, Liz looked great and she looked
She
fine
did.
on the ice. And
She did.
you get up for an early morning draw. It's one thing if you say, hey, you know what, you're going to go in the afternoon or the evening, but really you get up and, hey, you're playing this morning. Get ready, be good to go. And I know, and you can speak to this, Kathy, so many curlers have a routine that lead up to performing,
Very
and
much.
they like to stick to it.
And the routine if you're a fifth player is very different than if you're an active player going in. So what Brianne might choose to eat, what she might choose to do even the night before would be different as a player than it might be as somebody who's there to help the team. I guess the lesson learned there is just, especially with the sick waves that we found, more at the Scotties, I think, than the Briars, I think a couple of years ago. It really is to be ready and to prepare as though you're playing.
Just top 8.
That Scotties in Montreal, not only were the players affected, and it was terrible, half of our TSN...
Our crew was down as well.
We were going to have to shoot it with the handheld iPhone there for a while just to broadcast it. It was getting pretty bad.
Mine's a little tight, Charlie. Wait till there. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
just
Line
wait.
tight. Stay close. Yep.
Oh, you got room.
Yep. Room. Room.
Room.
7. Yeah, we're there. Yep.
Roll it.
Yep. Okay,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
good.
We're going to go into this one.
Okay.
That stone over curling a little bit. Push the shot stone into the
Feel
open.
like a 10?
Okay.
See, that stone is open.
Nope. Maybe 10-5.
Close. Yep. Yep. Hard, Jerry. Hard. Hard.
Just by that red guard, and actually makes the play on both Yellowstones.
Not much weight.
I don't think that was that the call, Kathy? I
No,
don't think
she was
so.
trying to get to the outside one and thought she might just bump that top one over,
Shot one.
but maybe scooch behind. But she actually hit the top one first. So trying to hit that outside one, but grazes the top to really take the weight off. So moves both yellow, but removes neither.
Heel.
You got it, Sam?
Watch that side red one.
Yes.
And so for Manitoba, having those two potential counters in the way, Carey wants to remove that center guard so they can get at that Nova Scotia stone that is at the back.
Yep. Clean. Yep.
And you heard the sweeper say, watch that red one, and that's that red one in the wings in the 12-foot. Trying to avoid the jam. And there is that red stone, and they will jam it.
Good.
Shot stone, Nova Scotia, Kathy?
It is.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you for the confirmation, Jill.
You got 4 on your own? And I like this call very much from Jill. You could think, well, what about going around that guard? Manitoba has last stone. You're in a game that's very tight. If you remove that stone and stay here, you're going to minimize scoring. You can always draw around that guard later.
Whoa.
But certainly need to stick.
You want me? Go. Yep.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Steph LeDrew, you proudly played at the Scotties for Newfoundland and Labrador. They're in tough against Team Alberta. What do we see here in the fourth?
Oh, Stacy was actually facing 3 on her first one, and you see that lonely red rock over there was an attempt at a corner freeze. Came up a little short, so Chelsea Carey capped it off with that rock top 12, and now no real easy way to score for Stacy Curtis. I think she's trying to sneak through the hole here and remove that rock from the back button.
Room.
It was a tough debut here at the Scotties in Grand Prairie for Stacy. She was taking on PEI and actually had a hogline violation with a rock, allowing Suzanne Burr to score 6 as PEI picked up their first win. And
Hard roll.
She's just trying to draw and wick off her own and maybe just reduce the stealing to 1.
Yeah, there was no easy way to get in there. I couldn't tell what she had finally decided. But
so definitely 1 for sure for Alberta and Chelsea Carey, and they may put a stick to it to determine if it's 2.
Hard to tell, eh?
Steph, as part of your update duties, you actually have to run out on the ice, and
Just excuse me.
okay, I'll be right back.
we will keep you up to date on that situation. And We'll let you know if Steph does actually pass security and get to ice level.
Just a piece.
Okay.
So it's almost a redirect, looking for the double off those 2 yellow stones.
Firm.
Make contact with the one on the center line. Quarter rock.
Jill Brothers with her first here in 4. Bang, bang, gets both yellows to go. Nice shot.
Nice.
Great shot.
Good
shot, Jill.
Held that one. Thank you for that.
Well, Carrie knows that blank is not possible, and so for her to be able to score 2, which is her other option in her mind, needs to utilize that center guard, try to bury around. As long as she's full 8 foot, will be shot.
Yeah. 410.
We talked about the speed this morning. A 410 split is much higher than we heard yesterday at all. That's from the back line to the hog line.
Here, you got it.
So very much suggesting it is quicker this morning.
So, Kathy, we've called all our action so far actually on sheet B.
Correct.
PEI Newfoundland Labrador was the feature matchup for Vic Router's crew last night on sheet A. Have you seen similarities? Is sometimes the wing sheets are a little bit different?
Certainly not in terms of movement, but certainly in terms of speed. Now, whether that's the case across the board this morning, Brian, I'm not sure.
They are giving it their all for their skip, Carrie Einarson. It is shot stone, but obviously you can see it. And it was indeed just a steal of 1 for Team Alberta and Chelsea Carey. So after the measurement, 1 more on the board for Team Alberta, looking to improve to 2-0 here in Grand Prairie.
A great weight by Carey. And the panic yelling at the end was not because they were worried it was going to be short. She was already shot. They were just trying to get it to finish.
Know what I mean?
Just nose.
Get rid of it. Nose is perfect.
The nose is indeed great. That would mean that hitting that stone, if it stays on the nose, would not give you shot. Likely force Carey way out to the other side of the sheet for the draw against 3.
10.
But as we always talk about your pro miss, you don't want to get too cute with that yellow guard out front. By the guard, no problem. Little bit of a roll.
Very nice. It was a very nice shot. No hit on that top stone would give you shot, and so it is the force. Carey for drawing for 3. Against 3, I beg your pardon.
Well, we've done a whole tournament with me going like this year.
Yeah. Oh my God, was that Moncton?
Get you a whistle. Moncton, yeah.
They'll have their hand signals perfected for the rest of the week.
Was that up?
So there you see the situation. Nova Scotia, 3 red stones in the paint. Final one here from Carrie Einarson. Wants to bite the 4 for her single.
Do you need anything? Where are we? We need it. Do you need a 10? Okay, well, you missed it.
They wanted plan B to maybe get a little tick. Now it needs to slow down. Has to stop in time, and it just keeps on gliding. Wow. What a turn of events for Nova Scotia and Jill Brothers. After trading singles, a steal of 3. And a skip from the Mayflower in Halifax. Up 4-1 after 4.
If the weight's a little bit down or a little not down.
So you got
Jill Brothers making not one, but two big shots to help orchestrate a 3 in that fourth end, Kathy.
Well, and I think it speaks volumes to how tough this young woman is. Comes in after being sick yesterday, has not made a really big shot yet in this game, but when she has to remove two, makes the double. That forces Carrie Einarson to change her tactics and draw. Carrie had really good draw weight, but it didn't finish, and so this is a precise shot if you have any nerves that are kind of on the brink at all. Makes no mistake, throwing lots of nice rotation now, crisp at the stick. Not only makes the removal, but rolls where there is no hit for shot, forcing the draw. She would go on to steal 3.
And the key shot brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. The former Canadian junior champion gaining some confidence here in her first game after having to miss out the opener due to illness. A steal of 3 in that fourth end. So now Team Manitoba out of the East St. Paul Curling Club, led by Carrie Einarson, will try a rebound here. They have the hammer, throwing the yellow stones in 5.
And for Jill, the momentum switch really happened in 3, Brian, when she had to make that draw. It was her first draw of the game. Gets to the forefoot, starts to turn things around, and I think that you can just see the demeanor of the Nova Scotia team is looking much more relaxed, feeling like now they're in this. Hit and roll behind the corner guard.
Hard. Hey, firm. Hey.
It's nice to see Jen Hanna back at the Scotties, representing Ontario for the first time since 2005. She's trying to put some points on the board against Saskatchewan. Steph?
Yeah, she made a nice hit and roll in her first one, which grouped stones together, and Saskatchewan was able to remove it, but leaves this double opportunity for 2.
Yes, Karen!
Yes, no, yes, no, and yes. Both stones will go, and 2 on the board for Hanna, so she'll tie up her match against Saskatchewan, 2-2 after 5. Cates and McCush never off this stone, and they'll drag it in to fight the 12.
Do you like keeping it at 10? Yeah. Okay. You have almost all of it? Yep.
Jill just verifying with Jen. Sometimes you feel like the player can see more of the stone than they can, but Jen confirming that she's got almost all of it.
Sarah! Yep! Whoa! Ah, sorry.
Jennifer Bryan makes it go away, but the shooter will spill out. Hello, Thunder Bay.
Hello.
Krista McCarville representing
Yes.
Northern Ontario, and she snuck away with a win last night. Came down to a final stone against New Brunswick.
Okay, let's freeze here. It's not that much more.
Sylvie Robichaud just missing the
Only weight.
double. And we haven't seen Krista at the Scotties in some time. Last appearance was back in 2010 when she won a bronze medal.
Okay.
So 9-5? Yeah. Jill, do you want a 9-5 or 9?
Nine's good, so we can take the back one too.
There is not a lot of separation. There certainly is some, but they're not even worried about that back one. In fact, their preference is that it actually disappears with this yellow one.
Yep, Jen. Whoa. Yep, just pick. Good. Okay, good. Yep.
Where?
Stay pretty close. Six.
Kristen! Nick!
I think we gotta go.
Kristen! In!
No.
Kristen, in! Hard! Hard! Line's getting good! Hard! Hard! Go, 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 hard! 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 Go, 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 go!
Another big scrub, and they find the 12-foot once again. They're getting a workout here in this game.
Well, and that's 15-5 between the hog lines, and so that is as fast and quite a bit faster, in fact, than anything that we have seen yet here at the
I think
Scotties.
so.
Yeah. I think.
Draw. You like that? Yeah.
She has two choices. One is to do that draw. The other is to run the red-yellow combination straight back.
4.
Okay.
Wait only. I think we gotta go. Gotta wait only though. Line's pretty nice. Room. Gotta go. Easy if you can. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, we see top 8. Hey, Terry. Yeah, go,
Finish,
Terry.
finish.
Yep, it's there. We gotta tuck a piece. Okay, gotta
Finish
tuck.
hard.
Go, 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 go. Hard. Finish, finish, finish. Go, go, go. Go. Nice. Jump there. Very nice. Shoot, that could have been better, but nice shot.
Tap it back. Like back 8? I think so.
Yeah.
It was sure trying to finish. If you take about a foot of weight off of that rock, it would be fully buried. But that little bit that's open is what Selena will play down to.
Did we take close to that for your back line? I gave Brienne here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was just wondering. Okay.
You got it.
It's like a 85?
Yeah. Same as my second one, yeah. Might have to go for weight.
8. Okay, line's okay. Close, yeah. 7. Yes. Hard. 8. Hard. Hard. He's good.
No
Hard,
weight.
hard. Rub it up. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm not.
80. Here, wait.
I don't know if it's a Manitoba thing, but when you hear Carrie screaming, reminded me of Jen Jones a lot. Go, 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 kind of the same sort of cadence.
Yeah.
I don't love hitting it.
I'll do it.
I saw the outturn out of it.
So do I was going to say that.
I know, I just don't want to open up everything in the back.
Do you like them?
Leave her double.
Yeah.
Is this a good idea at all?
What do you guys like?
They're going to say the hit. I don't know.
Kind of like playing it.
Maybe we could do this?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
What?
I don't mind the guard.
I don't mind the guard either.
Whatever you like. You're fine.
We make the guard good.
If you like the guard, I'm fine with the guard.
Well, the guard, they come around
Each
here,
team does
right?
get
Yeah.
Like we're
2
just...
timeouts, if they so choose.
Do you want to talk to Daryl?
Sure.
Like it might be a good chance to
Yeah.
get another point.
Yeah. Time?
So they'll use one of those timeouts,
come
and their
down.
coach, Daryl Nallen, will come out.
I think it's a good time to take a timeout
As long as we stay.
because they're talking about playing the guard, but what do you guard? Do you guard your stones? Because if you do, here comes the tap by Carrie.
if you guard this stone right here, the yellow one, there certainly is a path with a hit through here for Carrie Einarson, and then she's lying a couple potentially. So a good discussion point. We'll listen to Darryl.
I just feel like I'm a little bit at a loss for what I like here.
I kind of like the hit, I think, Joe.
Yeah, I was just concerned about.
You just can't guard both shots there because she's going to either have the yellow or she's going to have the hole. And
Yeah,
the hole would
simple
be
out
Like,
turn.
I mean, right here is obviously ideal.
Yeah, that's what you want. Simple out turn hit. How
Yeah.
much weight do you want to throw?
Probably a 10.
Yeah, so you need a bit of ice and.
play it safe.
Okay.
Yeah,
play it safe.
throwing them there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're up 3, right? So that needs to go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with him 100%. It not only is it a combination of where do you put the guard, you're going to leave a shot no matter what. You're playing the scoreboard, and if you hit that stone and stay there or roll a little bit to your left, it's just too dangerous of a stone to leave.
Just a little extra confirmation. Huh? Just a little extra confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought you were looking for validation on the guard.
No, I just
we
was
were like,
come on. Yeah. All good. Okay. Easy. Easy. Whoa. Close. Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Jill Brothers with her
Sit,
first
sit,
tiny
sit,
little
sit,
roll.
sit. Good job.
And for now it is Nova Scotia line 3.
A little too much.
I missed your time, but it felt like a solid 10. It was a nice throw.
Yeah.
You had to play it safe like that.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
rolls that little
Still
bit
came
too
up
far.
a lot at the end.
more ice. Right, we just gotta tap it to here.
Just, like, not even. Like, you can even tap it to here as long as we're
Yeah.
shy, right?
Yeah.
That good? Where did I give for that draw before?
That was top 4. No, it was middle. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
to there?
that's good.
Yeah, it was here.
Okay, guys.
95 is good in this spot. It's coming down in this spot.
Corner frozen here, Kathy,
Yeah.
to the stone in the forefoot. Is that what she's playing, or a tap?
She's trying to tap the shot stone back just enough to be shot, but we'll leave it on an angle so that for Nova Scotia, any attempt to remove it will jam it directly on their own. So not moving it a ton, just moving it so that she is shot.
Yep.
Close.
Yep.
8.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yay!
Whoa.
Whoa! 9! Whoa! We're back 12.
Okay, Chris.
Whoa!
Chris. I don't know. Okay, we should have gone.
Well, some indecision by Selena. I think at first she was playing the called shot, and then
hear
she
you
thought
guys.
she would play the
Okay.
back one.
Instead of leaving.
A wall.
They got caught in between.
That's interesting, too. You
I
heard
know,
the
I'm kinda
comment,
tempted
I
to do
couldn't
this,
hear
but-
you guys yet. This is the quietest this building
Sitting one right
Yeah,
has
exactly.
been, and it's only going to get louder, especially when you go to the
We can try that,
afternoon, the
Sarah.
evening draws, and as you get closer
Like
to the
to sit
weekend.
there?
This is
Try to
likely
get
the
back
quietest
there a
it's going to
little
be.
And on top of that, the sheet beside them is empty right now as Alberta, Newfoundland, and Labrador are in their break.
Oh, no, I don't mind trying that.
Okay.
We can just ice it tight, right?
Okay.
I'll just throw my 9.
You often know that NFL teams, for example, they're going to practice the noise and they're going to pump
for
it into
sure.
a
Try playing
stadium
in Seattle.
to get ready. Exactly,
Trying to
right?
hit, like, a half rock on
So
the
to my
inside.
point, Kathy, when you played or when you
Yeah,
coach,
exactly.
I never played
Over the wall.
football.
So, like half rock on the inside, and we'll hit ours, and then make
Oh.
it spin up a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's good.
It
anyways,
might
wow.
go too far, I don't know, but
When I played,
I was going to say, Russ Howard to the booth here, please.
try to make the draw a little
When
more
you curled,
thank you.
you still curl. How much did you guys practice using the hand signals? Did you practice using hand signals for the louder events?
For sure. It's the only way to go. You have to be able to default to something else. There's nothing better than hearing clarity in a player's voice about where a stone is. But I do think that what we also heard there was some frustration of a shot that just did not work out very well. But you have hand signals. There's all sorts of things that you can do.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Good, Jill.
Yellow goes away, little bump on the red, and another tough draw here, at least this time for Carrie. She does have some backing.
Yeah, she's got a little pocket.
Whoa.
But a very different Nova Scotia team in this end. Started to build after 3.
Okay. A 4 should be good. I had a 4 on that one, but you gave a pretty big.
The opposite. My hand's too
Clammy?
soft. Soft.
Almost.
Maybe just a tad less, Lena.
Okay. So a 4?
Yeah.
4, 4, or 5.
Last end, she had to draw against 3, and this time, Carrie Einarson facing 4. Final stone, wants to put it on the Scotties button here, has a little bit of backing. And the skipper urging on her sweeper as they need a big brush once again. Have to drag it there. It is late big time. What a turn of events over these last 2 ends. That is a steal of 4.
Wow.
7 stolen points over a span of 2 ends for Nova Scotia. You talk football, that's a touchdown. 8-1, Nova Scotia on top of Team Manitoba. Just a reminder, it is Sandra Schmerler Day on TSN. We have the final 5 to come, but coming up, Vic Rauter will stop by. And let's get those phones ringing, people.
The 2016 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Scotties, Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere. Proud to support the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
We thank you so much. That's what's been raised by you, phoning and making your donations at sandraschmerler.org. Welcome back to the Sandra Schmerler Foundation, and joined by Dawn Miller, who is with the Grand Prairie Regional Hospital Foundation. And yesterday, the Sandra Schmerler Foundation made a donation of some $50,000 to your foundation for what, please?
It is for a phototherapy unit for the NICU.
Okay, now what does that mean?
That'll treat jaundice babies, and that enables them to stay in the community, whereas before, if the treatment didn't work, they would have to go to a larger center.
And that's the whole idea, is to keep the babies closer to home. This hospital is one of 41 that has received money from the Sandra Schmerler Foundation, and that, to me, is one of the important things. I know back home in Orillia, the idea is to keep the babies at home so they don't have to maybe go to Toronto.
Yes, that's the same for us. It's quite a drive. It's a 4.5 hour at least to Edmonton, if that's where they end up. And being able to keep the babies and the families in the community is better for everybody. And so it's nice for us to partner with people and communities such as the Sandra Schmerler Foundation. So we appreciate their support.
Don, thank you very much. And you have a new hospital to be opening very soon. I see it being built on the road there.
Yes.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Don Miller is with the Grand Prairie Regional Hospital Foundation. And again, we want to stress that 100% of your donations go directly to the neonatal care centers across the country because, as we say, champions start small.
The 2016 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By Ford of Canada, proud sponsor with Curling Canada for more than 20 years. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.